Dr. Lynn Morgan is here, a member of the Canadian Veterinarian Medical Association. Hello, Doctor.
Hi, it's good to be here.
It's great to have you back, but you also have another special guest with you today.
Yes, he's my fantastic dog, Fox, the best boy.
Yeah. Hello, Fox. Doing well? Hi. Yeah, good to see you. Hey, this is an important week because it's Animal Health Week.
That's right.
How long has Animal Health Week been around at this point?
We've been doing it for 34 years now, and it's in aid of animal health and welfare, just to get some messages out to the general public, just so that they know what we do.
It's important. Just about everybody has a pet or has had a pet. I mean, animals are important in our world. But we want to talk about obesity. Now, obesity, obviously, not good for any mammal out there, any living thing. It's a problem with animals.
Well, it's interesting because dogs live parallel lives. They live with us, and so many of the problems that we have, our pets have too. Cats, dogs, and even some of the horses that are out there, some of the people that have horses as pets. Not so much our domestic animals, but certainly our dogs and cats. And there's a lot we can do to help prevent obesity in our pets. And obesity causes, just like us, a lot of chronic disease problems, and it can shorten our lives. It's very similar to people.
It's one of the leading causes of death for animals.
It is.
Okay.
So, for example, obesity can cause things like diabetes. Arthritis is a problem in overweight animals, and their quality of life just isn't as good.
Of course. Sometimes people think it's cute too. You know, you get a fat cat or something like that. Think it's adorable.
Yeah, and it's a bit of a competition. It used to be, so unfortunately, not so much anymore.
Good. So you want to talk about how to avoid it?
Well, it's a lot like people. It isn't really easy, but in a way it is. It's about portion control.
Yeah.
And I say to our clients, you know, it's really hard for me sometimes to not eat the entire bag of cookies, but if you look at your dog and you say, yeah, your veterinarian's told you they're a bit overweight, then you need to know that you need to restrict a little bit how much you feed them. It's also really important to know how much energy there is in a cup of dog food. So sometimes people will change from one type of dog food to another, and there can be twice the calories in the new cup of food that there is. The other thing that's really important, I think, is that eating is an interesting thing to do. So you and I like to have a meal, maybe we sit down, we have a glass of wine, we eat some good food. For our dogs and cats, we like to enrich their environment by maybe making them eat something in a Kong wobbler or a tug-a-jug or a puzzle toy. I even take my dog's food and throw it in the backyard. So I enrich their environment at the same time and make it a little longer for them to eat their food, and it's more interesting.
They get out there, get that fresh air, move around a bit.
Well, I mean, not everybody likes to do that, but exactly. It drives my husband crazy, but I throw the cat food down the hallway, and the cats spend 15 minutes trying to get their food.
Table scraps aren't a good thing.
Well, you know, I'm a pretty pragmatic person, and I'll usually say, if you're going to give your dog or cat table food, then you just got to decrease, and probably not more than 15% or so of a diet, and you just have to recognize that there's energy involved in that food.
People are actually preparing their own pet food at home as well?
Many people are. It's a lot of work, and I'm always grateful when a client comes in and we ask about what they're feeding, and they kind of, sometimes people are a little bit, well, you know, I'm making my animals food now. And I say that's fine. You just need to make sure that you get the right information so that it's a balanced diet. And what happens when we feed our pets food, it's probably a bit like feeding our kids. We can have something called diet drift, where they pick out the yummy bits, but they don't eat the things that are nutritious for them. So they might pick out the chicken and not eat the sweet potato you've put in there. And we're always we always like to see, there are some folks that are interested in feeding raw diets, and there are a lot of issues associated with feeding food that's not cooked, and so we like to have conversations with people around how to make sure that's safe, and to have them make sure that they understand what it is that they're doing.
So is it difficult, though, to get the right balance of essential nutrients into a dog's or an animal's diet?
It can be done, but you do need to have a proper recipe. You need to have a veterinary nutritionist do it. Dogs probably eat similarly to us. It's much more difficult to make homemade diets for cats. It's really important that you speak to somebody who knows what they're doing, or at least they know where to get the information, the evidence-based information, to make sure that that diet's healthy.
So is that what it comes down to then? You need to talk to possibly a specialist, a veterinarian?
Well, speaking to a veterinarian, so if somebody comes in and they have, so for example, we do help people make foods for animals that have kidney failure, that won't eat a commercial diet, or the owners are interested in that, and we just make sure that we get the right information so that we can give that to the owner.
So the number one reason then to give your dog, your animal, your pet a proper diet I guess it's to fight obesity.
Well,
That's one of the reasons?
it's to fight obesity, and there are diseases that we can also help a lot with. We were just talking earlier. I'm a bit of a lazy pet owner. It's a great idea to brush your dog's and cat's teeth, but I'm going to confess here, I don't do it. And the only other thing that we can really do is there are diets out there that actually help. So, for example, I can show you Fox.
Okay.
Hey, Fox, here. Good
Quickly,
boy.
we just have about 45 seconds
Yeah,
left
so
here.
just to show you quick, like these are his teeth, and if he eats, there's food
good
that
teeth.
can be used to help him have better teeth, or so that I don't have to brush his teeth.
Okay. And it's very good for you as well. I can understand why you're a bit of a, you said you called yourself a lazy pet owner?
Yes.
I mean, you look after pets all day long, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
you're probably doing your share for sure. I know there's lots of great resources as well at CanadianVeterinarians.net. You got to be a vet, though, to be part of this association,
You
correct?
do, but there's lots, again, there's lots of really good information if you approach your veterinarian and ask them for good resources for pet nutrition.
Thank you, Doctor. And Fox, thank you.
Oh, he says
There you
you're
go.
welcome. Thanks.
More daytime coming up.